Hello guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. If you plan on moving to Luxembourg, stay to the end of the video. We have to talk. I know Luxembourg is a great country, great lifestyle, salaries are great. It's even ranked the richest country in the world. I know. But hey, come to think of it, do you know or have any family members that work in Luxembourg or live in Luxembourg or school in Luxembourg? I bet you if you do, they are very few, because I don't. So in today's video, we're going to be looking at the things that make people not want to move to Luxembourg or move out of Luxembourg when they get there, or hate living in Luxembourg. Stay to the end of this video. I got you. Luxembourg, situated in the heart of Europe, with its neighbors being Germany, Belgium, and France. But hey, come to think of it, do you know any people that live, work, or study in Luxembourg? Or how many do you know? Because I know a lot of people that live in France, in Belgium, and a lot in Germany. So I don't hear Luxembourg a lot in the picture. Why? So today's video, we're going to be looking at those things that make people not want to move to Luxembourg or move out of Luxembourg when they get there, or hate living in Luxembourg. Let's go to the video. Number one will be expensive housing. Housing in Luxembourg is extremely expensive. If you lived in the UAE, let me say if you lived in Dubai, you know what I'm talking about. Except what is done in Dubai is not done in Luxembourg. Okay, so though there are a lot of accommodations in Luxembourg, in great locations, cozy apartments, they are extremely expensive. Like extremely expensive. You can even get just a cozy studio in the suburbs in Luxembourg and still pay 1,000 to 1,500 euros per month. That is crazy. Okay, so number one, expensive accommodation. So if you plan on moving to Luxembourg, you should be prepared for that. And if you're moving with your family, yeah, you should really be prepared for it. Two, cost of living. Just like housing, everything in Luxembourg can get very expensive. Things like day-to-day needs and groceries and food can get super expensive. Okay, so if you're going to Luxembourg, you should be ready for the expensive lifestyle, because you're gonna get drained. Don't get me wrong, you're going to make money. Luxembourg is you're going to get paid a minimum of 2,000 euros a month. But after housing and feeding, you can manage that. But at the end of the month, you barely have something to save, which is a problem for people that are moving to Luxembourg to start life. Okay? Number three, it's hard to find jobs. in Luxembourg. Yeah. Forget the videos you see on the internet saying how easy it is to find jobs in Luxembourg. It's actually a bit difficult than it used to be finding jobs in Luxembourg because it's a small country and it's become a touristic site. And its official languages are French, German, Luxembourgish. I think there are like 3. And if you speak just English, you're at a disadvantage. Because first of all, they are going to prefer the people that can speak 2 or more languages for the jobs. So you are already at a disadvantage looking for jobs. And if you're just monolingual, it's going to be difficult for you getting a job unless you're getting an unskilled job. And if you're getting an unskilled job, getting it out of Luxembourg, it's pretty tricky and difficult, hard to get. Okay, so keep that in mind. Getting jobs out of Luxembourg with just English language can be a problem. That is why in my previous videos I talked about you using a travel agency. Okay. Number 4, the disparity between the locals and the foreigners. The differences. Just if you've lived in Dubai, you know what I mean. Yeah, because in Dubai, the locals in Dubai, they live in another world, and the foreigners live in another world in the same country. That is how it is in Luxembourg. The foreigners are way up there. They live in the public areas, the rich areas, and they don't interact much with foreigners. The only thing that you're going to interact with a lot of foreigners, because about 40 to 45% of people in Luxembourg are nomads, people that come into Luxembourg, so you want to interact with them. But it's going to be very difficult for you to learn their culture if you're not able to associate or double communicate with the locals in Luxembourg. Number 5, the visa process can be tricky. Yes, this one is always in the list because why not? Why don't you know a lot of people that live in Luxembourg? The visa process is tricky. If you're an EU citizen or you have resident in the EU, lucky you. That is why I've made videos talking about the easiest countries to move to, the easiest Schengen countries to move to, with Romania being one of them, Malta and the rest. You should check my previous videos. So if you're an EU citizen or you have resident in the EU, lucky you, you can move to Luxembourg and be there. But working there, you're gonna need paperwork. So if you're not an EU, so Luxembourg basically makes it very difficult for non-EU citizens to get into Luxembourg or to get visas. And if you're moving with a work visa, trust me, chances are limited. Unless you know some high people somewhere to help you get the job and that are ready to go through the sophisticated visa process with employers for you. Because trust me, I know employers don't want to go through that process because they have to prove that they don't have an EU citizen that can do that job. You know how big the EU is? Okay, so number 5, just know that the visa process is tricky. Even if you're going for studies, it's still tricky. That's what I believe. Number 6, citizenship is tough to get. I know citizenship in other countries is very difficult to get, but in Luxembourg, it's difficult to get because let's say you've gotten a visa and you've moved to Luxembourg, you have to stay in Luxembourg for up to 7 years before you're eligible to apply for permanent residence. And even after 7 years, they don't make it easy for you. You have to prove that you can speak the Luxembourgish language and their local language. You have to take some classes and stuff. So they don't make it easy for you. Number 7, Luxembourg can be very boring. Yeah, for a country you don't hear much about, it should be boring. But hey, if you're someone that likes the night lifestyle, going out at night and partying, you're definitely going to hate Luxembourg, because Luxembourg don't have a lot of nightclubs and late and after party stuff. When it's night, they go to bed. So be ready for that. That's why normally if you ask people that have been to Luxembourg, they're going to tell you that Luxembourg is boring. And if you have lived in Europe before, you're going to notice that Luxembourg, people from Luxembourg or that live in Luxembourg go out of Luxembourg to have fun or fun activities. Number 8, lack of good educational infrastructures. Yeah, I'm not saying their educational system is not good. I'm just saying they don't have a lot of infrastructures for prototype. Like Luxembourg, they just have about just 2 universities, a public and a private universities, and other institutes. Those ones are like branches, let me put it that way. You get, and the public universities, tuition per semester is as low as 200 euros for some courses. Okay, so that makes it extremely competitive. And first of all, you're applying to a university in a country where there are very few universities. That's why I think this is why you don't see a lot of people saying they're studying in Luxembourg, because first of all, they're going to favor their citizens. That's one. And then they're going to favor the citizens from the EU before they look into people out of the EU that need visas to come study. Okay, so if you're going to study, just know you're getting into a very competitive thing. Yeah. Number 9, bad climate. Europe has I lived in Romania and the climate is okay, but in Luxembourg you need to get comfortable walking in the rain, cloudy weathers, it'll be snowing and the weather is going to be dull. That's number 9. Number 10, which is the last, your kids are going to hate Luxembourg. You know, the whole point of relocating with your family is for better life for the family. That means the relocating plan has to, in one way or the other, favor everyone, including the kids. But if you move into Luxembourg has very few parks to entertain kids, which means every other weekend kids are going to be indoors. Might get depressed. I'm just saying. So just know this. If you plan on moving to Luxembourg, here are some things, here are some reasons why you don't hear a lot of people saying they're in Luxembourg. And yeah, I think that is it. This thing. So now you know. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Please do also subscribe, like, and share to support the channel, and drop a comment. Drop what you think you like about Luxembourg or what you've noticed about Luxembourg in the comment section, and let's talk. I got you.